Hello you guys, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we're gonna get a little bit shady. Ew, that was so cringy. Oh my god. We're gonna get a little bit, we're gonna spill the tea, mama. We're gonna have you shaking the house down boots. You're not ready for this shade that's gonna be thrown your way. Yeah. Insert fan for more. Oh my god. You aren't ready for the shade that's about to be thrown. I'm very sorry you had to witness that because that was a low moment for me, but I was being truthful. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a shady one. We are going to be doing a full video of the worst rated products from the makeup stores. So the reason I wanted to do this video today is because there has been a trend recently going around TikTok where Ulta and Sephora employees are basically making videos talking about the worst selling items in their stores.
Ulta employee here, and these are products I consider to be absolute trash.
I think these videos are really interesting to watch because as the employees working at these stores, their job is to sell their products to the customers. A lot of them work on a commission basis, meaning the more products they sell, the more money they make. So the fact that they are making these videos basically being like, don't buy this, these things kind of suck, is not really what they're supposed to be doing. In fact, a couple of people I have seen have gotten fired or in trouble with their managers for doing these type of videos. But it's also really cool that they're being very honest because at the end of the day, not every product from every brand is gonna be a good one, and not every product, even if it is a good one, is gonna work for every single person. So seeing honest reviews from people that are actually paid to be biased is kind of fun to watch as a viewer. So my initial plan for today's video was to go to Sephora and Ulta and actually ask the employees what their least favorite products were and then buy them for a full face. But then I realized, no, I really like the girlies at both my local Sephora and my local Ulta, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble or anybody fired. And I also would love to have my brand sold in one of those stores one day, so I don't want to piss off any corporate people either. So for today's video instead, I'm gonna do a full face of the worst rated makeup from Ulta's website. So it's based on consumer reviews from the general public who have actually purchased the product, tried it out, and then hated it. Not necessarily the employees, because I don't want to get anybody fired. Let's get into it. So if you guys are excited for a full face of the worst rated makeup from Ulta today, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up down below. Now, just to give a quick disclaimer, okay, because I think it's important to do so, now that I'm a brand owner, I know how hard it is to actually create a product, and just because something is on this list today does not mean that it sucks. This is just the personal preference of the consumers on the website, and I can't do anything about that, okay? None of my business, what you hate or what you love. So, I'm just the messenger today, don't shoot me. Starting off right away with a bang, I could not believe this was the worst rated primer on Ulta's website. Truly shocked, because I really like this brand. This is from Peter Thomas Roth. I can't believe that this is on the list because I think either this product or something very similar went viral on TikTok a couple of years ago because there was one lady who basically put a Peter Thomas Roth tightening product on her face and there was no cuts, no filter, and no edits. She literally applied it on and then let the video go for like 5 minutes. Her face literally went from like wrinkly to like full on snatched. Crazy to see, absolutely insane. I bought the product, it did work, so maybe people decided to hate it all of a sudden. I really don't know what we have in store today, but we're gonna try this out. What are the reviews?
So the big complaint, this obviously costs $42.
Ooh.
And so,
well, I guess that is quite a lot for a primer.
Says it did tighten within a few minutes of drying, but after drying, it left patches of dry, flaky spots. I didn't even attempt to put foundation on top of it because it would have been a disaster. It makes your face feel frozen for a few minutes and then wears off, but does not keep my makeup on any longer without it. Don't recommend. And then one just says, don't like it.
Great. Somebody reviewed and said, this tightens my skin for a couple minutes and then wears off. Duh. Like, babe, what did you think was gonna happen? It's like, unless you're literally gonna go to Beverly Hills, Miami, Mexico, wherever your doctor of choice is, and get a full-on surgical facelift, nothing is going to actually permanently tighten your skin. So a lot of times, instant firming or tightening or lifting primers aren't gonna do anything at all. So the fact that this even did something for you is better than most. If we're gonna be real here. Okay, so the primer's all applied. I will actually say, putting a little bit more on this area, it definitely does start to feel a little bit tight, which is exactly what I wanted. For me, this did definitely mattify. It did dry me out, but not to the point where it's like flaking, crusting, looking nasty. I just feel like this is a mattified base, ready for foundation on top. We're gonna go in with a full routine, so maybe it'll start to affect it later on, but so far, I don't understand why this has bad reviews. Anyway, speaking of bad reviews, our foundation today is the Essence Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation. This is transfer and waterproof. I got 2 shades, 30 Fair and 40 Alabaster. Just gonna squeeze a little out and see. Oh, this might be a little bit light for me.
Holy fuck. That's the color of your shirt. That's like a concealer shade, right?
Yeah, it's very, very, very pale.
The shades are really trash. It looks like paint and not in a good way. If you want a cheap foundation, get Maybelline Fit Me. Literally anything else but this.
Maybelline Fit Me is a slay cheap foundation. Love it.
Needs more shades. I'm more on the pale side. Couldn't find my shade.
Oh!
Ow!
How? Girl, this one is perfect for you. Hello?
Worst foundation I've ever tried. So dry and color match is horrible. Yeah, the color match in the tube, like, hold that, like that.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That looks like 5 shades dark.
That is not the same color. Oh, Miss Mary makes a comeback once again. Hi, sisters.
The face drop right after.
Okay, so now it is time to contour our face, and we are going to use the Tarte Sculpt tape. Now, we've used this and talked about this on the channel before, and I am sad to say I personally, as well as the reviews, am not a fan of this. However, while I apply it, let's take a listen to what people have to say.
I'll stick with the Charlotte Tilbury. This caused cysts on my upper cheeks, and I never get acne there. I'm gonna have lasting scars from this. Acne prone girls, stay away. It's patchy and hard to blend.
Oh, no. Really? Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I know why Tarte put this out. It is so easy to waste product, which results to have to buy it again. A terrible applicator. It's messy and it runs down the side.
I really like Tarte, okay? I've been using Shape Tape since the dawn of time. I literally just restocked. I have some colors right here. I was just at an event with Tarte last week. I got to talk to Maureen for a while. So lovely and big fan of the brand. I said it in a video a while ago and I still stand behind it. I think that this product is not great for them. I was hoping that I could use this to try to like even out some of my skin tone and bring some color back because clearly, okay, the foundation isn't the best, but it's not doing a whole lot. Like it's looking very streaky. And this is my 4th time adding some product to this area. It's concealer time, and I'm honestly scared to open up and see what shades my team bought for me today because clearly we're a little off. This concealer from KVD Vegan Beauty, Good Apple Lightweight Full Coverage Concealer. This had quite a moment, well, the foundation version of this had quite a moment on TikTok of everyone loving the cream foundation. I did not love it. It was not my favorite product, and I actually have never tried out this concealer, so I'm excited to see what the vibe is.
This settled into my fine lines like crazy. It dries quickly, which makes it hard to blend. I was really hoping for something more. Will be returning. I'll never buy this product again. KVD should have left the original formula alone. It's cheap and dry. I actually love the foundation, but this concealer is awful. Creases and smells horrible. It made my eyes burn.
It smells fine.
Returning ASAP.
It smells fine to me. And my eyes already have an allergic reaction today, not making it worse. So let's blend this out. The color is okay. It's very peachy undertone. I look white. Not even like a Caucasian person, like I look like the color white. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this looks fine. I'm not getting like a crazy drying sensation. It's not settling into any like fine lines or wrinkles. It doesn't look the best on the sides of my nose. And for me, that's always something that I do look for in a good concealer. I don't know if I agree with the reviews on this one. Okay, now that the base is all on, we're gonna go ahead and set it in place using a powder for today. And this is the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. Now, once again, another Tarte product on here. I've never tried this product from Tarte, so I have no preconceived notions or opinions. So I'm gonna put some into the cup, and then I'm gonna go right in and set it in place.
The finishing powder was so bad. It made my foundation / skin tint darker. That's good.
We need that.
And it was hard to blend. Save your money and don't buy this. Someone else said, do not get. It wipes off your makeup and leaves a weird residue. It does look like baking soda. Setting it back.
The powder is extremely finely milled. It is literally like one of the softest powders I've ever felt in my life. However, I will say for me, that is not my favorite thing because I feel like that doesn't always do the best job of like actually setting the, oh God, it's like, oh my God, it's like flying around my face. Okay. Don't love the sensation of putting it on. It is really, really, really finely milled, and I actually feel like I'm like gonna cough up a lung at this point. It did set everything in place, and I actually do feel like it darkened the skin a little bit, which, to be fair, for the everyday consumer, not ideal. But for me in this particular situation, kind of grateful for it. I don't know what to tell you. So I don't know if this is the worst rated powder that I ever tried. No, it's not. It's definitely not the worst rated powder that I ever tried. Let's go in and do some color back to the face, please. We could use some. So I'm gonna grab this Benefit Cheery Cheeks palette. Very cute. It looks like this might have been a holiday collection. Here's what the palette looks like inside.
So this suffers from a unfortunate skew where there are not that many bad reviews, but there also are almost no good reviews.
Oh.
So it ends up worst rated, but the one massive thing that someone had a problem with was if only their powders weren't chock full of talc, a highly acne-causing ingredient, I would be able to have all of their blushes. They're highly pigmented and they're blurring and smooth, but I have sensitive skin and I'm acne prone.
It's just one person who...
It's a couple people that have sensitive skin.
Talc is definitely not for everybody, but unfortunately it is in most makeup products. Okay, so the review on the primer may have been correct. The foundation and concealer are literally crusting off my nose. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like flakes. My skin is actually like flaking off. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of blush using Miss Shelly. Ooh, this blush has a little bit of like highlighter in it. It's like a radiant blush. Well, the bronzer looks a little crazy, just considering how light the rest of the face is, but it did help me to at least balance out this look a little bit. For brows today, oh boy, are we in for a treat. This, woo, we have the Makeup Revolution Brow Powder Stamp and Stencil Kit. Fuck, this is gonna look bad. Okay, so here are the 4 stencils that we have to choose from. We have, let's see, that's like kind of my brow shape, I guess, okay. And then we have this right here. So the product's in this end and the stamp is on this end, so then you stamp it on. Okay, give me the review.
Ashy looking, darkest color offered is still not dark enough. It does not apply well and the quality is cheap. It says the first stamp was perfect. I thought my eyebrow struggle was over, then I tried it on the other side. I never got them the same color or intensity. No matter how much I squished the sponge, all of the other attempts just came out a grayish brown.
Girl, who the fuck is wanting a brow that looks like that? I could see this working really well on perhaps somebody who has no eyebrows. Maybe like a drag queen would get some great use out of this to help like stencil them on really quickly instead of having to paint them on one by one. Maybe if they gave like 10 stencils instead of 4. These cost about 1 cent to produce, so it wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world. The reviews are right. This is giving ashy gray and it's barely showing up at all. So while we've been able to make some of the other products work so far, it's gonna be a no for me on this one. Our next step is one of our favorite steps, the eyeshadow. Now, we're in for quite a treat today because we have the LA Girl Pro Pastels eyeshadow palette. Now, I've never used any LA Girl eyeshadow palette, so I don't really know what to expect here. The color story, it's a story, and it's one that I am not interested in reading. In fact, I already closed the book and donated it to Goodwill. LA Girl makes great concealers. If you need a cheap, really, really fucking great quality concealer, LA Girl has you covered and they have a billion colors. But the eyeshadow palette, I don't know.
I'm returning this. Matte eyeshadows were worthless and barely applied. There was more color under the eyes than on the lid.
We're gonna go in with this orange color because it's the only one that would work as a transition. We're gonna put this in the lid. Oh! Wait, that has pigment to it.
I have almost every single LA Girl palette since 2019. Its formula's not good. I promise you skip this one. It's powdery and does not last.
It is definitely powdery. Okay, now I wanna try one of these fun little shimmers. So let's not be boring today. Should we do this green? I feel like I never wear green for a reason, obviously because it's ugly, but let's do this beautiful green right up here, this nice emerald green. Oh! Looks very beautiful. Okay, let's go right in. That looks amazing! What? That looks really, really good, you guys. Hello? Okay, like, I wish I had a dark brown because now I need to go into the crease here and try to blend these 2 colors together, and a metallic green and a light orange are probably not gonna create the most gorgeous transition shade. I don't think this is as bad as people are saying. The orange transition shade actually blended out very beautifully. It is very powdery, but that, like, whatever. The orange blended out really nicely, and this green shade is stunning, very beautiful. I think my issue with this palette is the color selection fucking sucks. This is just an ugly palette. It makes literally no sense. There is no color story to connect these. It's called Pro Pastels. Half of these colors aren't even pastels. Like, I don't know what they were trying to do with this palette, and I do think if a couple of colors were switched out, this could actually be really great. Based on the reviews, I'm actually really curious to try out some of LA Girl's better rated palettes, because if this one sucks, their good ones might be like insane. Could be a future video. Let me know if you guys want to see that down below. Moving on to the next step of our routine, I'm gonna go ahead and give the lashes a nice little curl. And for mascara today, we're gonna be using the e.l.f. Lash It Loud Mascara Volumisant Hydrofuge. Oh, Lash It Loud Waterproof Volumizing Mascara. I was reading the French.
Worst mascara ever.
Harsh.
I bought this because I needed a cheap travel mascara. This is the worst one I've ever used. You put it on, it looks fine, then you blink and it gets everywhere. On your eyelids, under your eyes, even on my cheek. It took
Girl, how the fuck does it get to your cheek?
Clumps and melts. This melts in temperatures above 70 degrees and made my eyes stick close. Difficult to remove and it clumps really easily.
Mine isn't clumping or melting, so. I do have though, quite a lot of fallout underneath my eyes. All right, now that the eyes are all completed, we have to do a highlighter because this face is dry. The Bright Light Highlighter. Strobe Champagne with Quartz is what this says. Oh, okay, so we have to twist this until the product comes out of the sponge. Zoom, Trevor, zoom all the way in, all the way in, all the way in. It's coming out like, ew! It looks like those crazy pimple popping videos you see on TikTok at like 4 in the morning when there's like 1,000 blackheads that all come out at once. Honestly, my favorite type of content, if I'm being real.
So it says, yikes. It just doesn't distribute on the puff correctly. We're calling it a puff.
True, it does not distribute on the puff correctly.
Mostly on the sides and not in the middle. The color is very strong. So strong the highlight overpowered everything on my face. And I wore blue eyeshadow today. Save your cash! Terrible, super sticky, like glue, and it never dries down.
It is sticky.
Not good. I was hoping I would like this, but sadly, it just didn't work for me. Very patchy.
Yeah, this looks like fucking shit. They're right. The reviews did not lie. It's highlighting for sure. Like it looks very radiant and glowy, but like it is not worth the rest. Fuck. We're almost done here. Let's see. We have lip liner next. This is from another one, Makeup Revolution. Damn. Poor Makeup Revolution. They're struggling out there in the Ulta aisles. This is the Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Finish Lip Definer.
Can you take a sniff?
Doesn't smell like anything.
Okay, because this 1-star review says, smells really bad. This is such a weird smell, like chemicals or something from Lacey in Oklahoma.
No, I disagree.
Chai Nude, was that exactly the one you have? It says, it literally says,
oh no, this fucking color.
It says, Chai Nude, in parentheses, not clear. Color is awful. I returned it to the store.
The color is awful.
And then it says, I really wanted to like this. I really did. But the color was like a weird salmon color on my skin. I was hoping for something more brown, hence why I chose espresso.
You can barely even see this on camera because it is so light. Yeah, the color, the color fucking sucks.
How is that chai or nude?
It is neither chai nor nude. This is baby pink. It tastes a little funky too. Okay, well, we're gonna finish off this beautiful lip using another poorly rated product from Buxom. We have Buxom full-on plumping lip. I'm just so sick of plumping shit. It doesn't fucking plump. Either overline your lips or get lip filler, cause a lipstick isn't gonna fucking do it. Ooh, kind of a chic lipstick shape though. It's giving like teardrop.
Advertised as full on, but not even close to the iconic Buxom lipsticks that are generous, moist, and easy to apply. This was like trying to pencil in my lip color. Very, very dry.
Actually, I'm not feeling a drying sensation at all.
It has cheap drugstore written all over it. I'm a connoisseur of lipsticks.
Oh, please. Who's this?
Deb in Tulsa.
Oh, come on, Deb in Tulsa.
I am a connoisseur of lipsticks, and this one performed very poorly. I would not recommend it at all. Very disappointed. Will be returning it.
I mean, if I'm gonna be like, this is not the worst lipstick that I've tried. It's not the most hydrating lipstick that I've ever felt, but it certainly wasn't like scraping a dry ass product onto my lips. Like it went on nice and creamy. I too don't love this. I would not rate this highly, but I would not give this an awful rating by any means. Last but very not least, we have one last product to set our face in place, and that is a setting spray. And once again, I think our fourth addition to this list. Makeup Revolution. This is their Super Dewy Fix Setting Spray. Frankly, I don't really want to set this face in place. We obviously look fucking awful. What is that smell?
Yeah, this is why I wanted you to do it first.
What? Ooh, the smell is awful.
So a lot of the comments are, man, it looks good, but it smells awful. Next comment. I put this on top of the e.l.f. Halo Glow and it dulled it down. Smells terrible, almost fishy, and not dewy.
No, it smells fruity, not fishy. It's very intense smelling. My skin is sticky. I mean, I don't think we even need to do any sort of conclusion or outro to this video. You see my face. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Usually in these makeup challenges, I am able to make a final product that looks somewhat presentable. This is one of the first times where it simply wasn't possible. It simply was not possible. Almost every single one of these products today absolutely fucking sucked. I thought the primer was gonna be okay, but as the review said, the foundation started flaking off halfway through the day. Foundation, awful color, very dry, not a great consistency. Concealer, not gorgeous, didn't really blend out that well. It's definitely setting into the final lines. The setting powder almost filled up my lungs and made me have to go to the hospital. The brow powder looks disgusting. The eyeshadow palette, not the worst of the video today. The green does look really beautiful. Lip liner, hideous. Lipstick, not the worst. Setting spray, bad. Highlighter, bad. No hate to any of these brands. Like I said, I love a lot of the brands that were included in today's video, but these products are definitely not for me. They're not for me, love. No, thank you. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off my face. But before I do, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it more than I did because filming this was torture for me and my soul as a makeup lover. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below. Leave me a comment if you guys want to see me do this again on the worst rated products from Sephora, because we can definitely do that. But until then, my other social media accounts, James Charles, TikTok and Instagram, painted@painted.co, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.